This whole situation of the family has challenged my identity about like I am a plural wife and this is what I believe and this is our family. It's such a big piece of who I am, and now I'm like, now who am I? Never pictured myself as a monogamist, never thought it'd be just Cody and I don't think that Cody would ever live plural marriage again. I don't know for sure. Positive, successful experience, I would be interested in living plural marriage again.
Robyn Brown's story in the reality show Sister Wives is full of contradictions and lies that have caught the attention of many viewers. She was the fourth wife to join a family already overwhelmed by debt and a distant husband, Cody. Despite these challenges, Robyn saw an opportunity for herself, especially with the family's reality show. Over the seasons, Robyn's actions have led many to believe she is not as innocent as she often claims to be. In fact, her behavior has sparked a growing distrust among fans who've noticed her repeated inconsistencies. One of the most obvious contradictions is Robyn's claim that she never intended to wreck the home. She repeatedly insisted she didn't want to replace anyone, that she was just trying to fit in. But over time, it became clear that she did, in fact, become Cody's legal wife, and eventually, he lived with her full-time while the other wives were pushed aside. Robyn's words don't align with her actions, leading many to label her a home wrecker, despite her attempts to deny it. Another lie revolves around her role during the COVID-19 pandemic. Robyn portrayed herself as the model of safety, following all the health guidelines and keeping her family safe. She even criticized others for not following the rules, yet she had a nanny who came to her home every day, violating the safety guidelines she claimed to follow. Furthermore, she and Cody were spotted out dancing, dining, and shopping in public places without masks during a global health crisis. This hypocrisy adds another layer to the false image she's built for herself. Additionally, Robyn's claim that she wanted a united, happy plural marriage has also been challenged. She constantly expressed her desire for the family to stay together, but in the end, Cody abandoned the other wives and chose to live with her exclusively. Despite all her tears and pleas for togetherness, it became clear that she was more interested in having Cody to herself than preserving the family structure. Robyn has also claimed that she doesn't control Cody, insisting that he makes his own decisions. But according to Christine's book, Cody began parroting Robyn's opinions, reinforcing her rules, and spending all his time at her house. To many, it's obvious that Cody is no longer making decisions independently, he's become a puppet for Robyn. One of Robyn's most baffling lies is her claim that her entire identity was built around plural marriage. At 31, she married Cody, after having spent 10 years in a monogamous relationship and leaving her previous church. It's hard to believe that plural marriage, something she only truly experienced later in life, could be her whole identity, especially when she had spent most of her adult life in a different relationship structure. Robyn also made the claim that she loved Mary like a sister. However, given her actions throughout the series, many believe this to be yet another untruth. Robyn's tendency to play the victim while manipulating those around her has made her one of the most controversial figures in the show. Despite her constant attempts to spin a narrative of innocence, viewers are starting to see through her lies. Robyn Brown's actions in the Sister Wives series have been full of contradictions and lies that many viewers have noticed. She often claims to be supportive and selfless, yet her behavior shows otherwise. A key example is her involvement in the catfishing scandal, where she pretended to be there for Mary, but in reality, she contributed to the problem. The catfishing happened in Robyn's Facebook group, and she and her best friend were directly involved with the person behind it. This raised suspicions that Robyn might have been involved from the start, hoping to isolate Cody from Mary. And, coincidentally, this happened right after Cody and Mary got legally divorced. It seemed as though Robyn wanted to push Mary out of the family completely. Another lie Robyn told was about money. She claimed that everyone in the family contributed equally, but Christine's book revealed that Robyn and Cody took all the money, leaving the others with what was left. While the other wives struggled with debt, Robyn and Kody managed to pay off their debt and purchase the biggest, most expensive house. This house, which was 7,000 square feet, was partly paid for by Mary and Yanel, and Robyn ended up with the largest house and the most land at Coyote Pass. Robyn never had a side job, yet she was the one who received the lion's share of everything. This contradicts her claims of equality and fairness. Robyn also often speaks about how sacred plural marriage is to her, claiming that it's her dream to be a part of it, and that she values faith, unity, and family. But if plural marriage was truly sacred to her, why did she become Cody's legal wife? Why did she end up in a monogamous marriage with Kody, receiving financial security while the others struggled? It's clear that her goal was not to honor plural marriage, but to secure Kody for herself and isolate him from the other wives. Perhaps one of the most insulting lies Robyn tells is that she didn't break up the family. She denies being the reason for the family's downfall, despite the fact that every wife who left pointed to Cody's favoritism toward her. He spent all his time with Robyn, made decisions that benefited her, and gave her all the resources. Yet, she claims she had nothing to do with the family falling apart, which is clearly not true. Robyn also often says she doesn't control where Kody lives or spends his time, but her actions show otherwise. Kody was always at her house, and it's hard to believe that was just a coincidence. She downplays her influence over him, but it's obvious to everyone watching that she controlled his actions. Another key lie Robyn tells is about her relationship with Mary. She claims to respect Mary, but her actions tell a different story. Robyn took money from Mary to help with her down payment on the house, and even took over Mary's place in the family. Robyn also manipulated situations to keep Mary in a position where she could continue to provide for Robyn and Kody financially. It's hard to believe that Robyn truly respected Mary when she used her and took everything from her. Lastly, Robyn constantly claims to have sacrificed so much for the family. She says she helped with the kids, supported Kody, and made all kinds of sacrifices. But when you look at the reality, she's the one who got the most financial security, a large house, and Cody's loyalty. She won, while the other wives were left with nothing. Her so-called sacrifices seem very hollow when compared to what she actually gained. Even when the family split, Robyn made it all about herself, expressing more concern for how it affected her than for the other wives. In Christine's book, she also revealed how Kody and Robyn manipulated financial situations to benefit themselves, especially when they moved to Flagstaff. They used Mary's and Yanel's resources, while Christine ended up paying for everything. Robyn's lies and manipulation have caused a lot of pain for the other wives, and it's clear that she's been more focused on securing her own position in the family than on supporting the others. Kody and Robyn used money from other family members to buy a house they couldn't afford. They didn't have enough for the down payment, so they took money from Yanel and other sources to cover it. They even used the funds from Coyote Pass, which wasn't a fair way to split the property. Legally, when a married couple sells property, the money is supposed to be divided equally. In this case, it should have been split 3 ways, since Kody and Robyn are considered a unit, but they took more than they were entitled to. This left the other wives with far less than they deserved. Christine's book sheds light on many lies that were told during this time. When the house sale happened, Robyn claimed that everything they did was done as a family and that they all worked together equally. She denied that she owed anything to Mary or Yanel, even though they had used their money. Robyn acted as though their actions were fair and that everything was done in a spirit of togetherness, but that wasn't the truth. They couldn't afford the house they wanted, so they took money from everyone else to make it work. When it came time to split the money, Kody and Robyn fought to keep the extra funds they had taken. They made sure they didn't have to give anything back to the others who had helped pay for their expensive house. This is where the story could have taken an interesting turn. What if the real reason Kody and Robyn couldn't afford the mansion was because they didn't have enough money? Instead, they made it seem like the issue was because Kody's finances were tied up with the other wives. But the truth is, they spent their money on other things and had to take from others just to make the deal work. Christine's book reveals so many hidden truths. It shows just how much was kept from the public, making it clear that Robyn and Kody were not as innocent as they made themselves out to be. They weren't upfront about their financial struggles, and instead, they let others believe they were simply victims of bad timing or financial complications. The truth is that they took what wasn't theirs to make things look better on paper. Christine's book is a must-read for anyone interested in understanding what really happened behind the scenes. It's eye-opening and exposes many of the lies that have been told on the show. If you haven't read it yet, it's worth picking up to get a clearer picture of what went on. After reading it, it's hard to ignore how much was hidden from fans. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.